Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are back today for some more F1 22 My Team Career Mode. It is part 26 and we are at the halfway point, or just past the halfway point of our second season in this career mode save. We are at the Hungaroring this time around, and we got a dry qualifying, but we are gonna have a full wet race, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens because it's a notorious track for having safety cars in the rain, and it's also notoriously hard to overtake on track. So getting a good position in qualifying here is gonna be super important, and getting a good start, making sure that we're not getting overtaken right off the line or even trying to overtake some of the other drivers off the line will be very important when race time comes around. But if you guys have not watched the last video, go watch that. We're coming off a race win in France, so we're trying to build on that momentum and trying to close the gap on the Constructors Championship and the Drivers Championship. We're a little bit behind on both, but we're definitely still in contention with 7 or 8 races left to go in this season. After Q1 though, we're struggling a little bit. We're only in P12. Sebastian Vettel though up in P2, so great to see him performing at his best. Definitely important that we do well in this race because, as I've been saying pretty much this whole season, we need to take advantage of the car that we have right now. We are still #1 in the development of our car by quite a bit. The gap has been reduced by Red Bull and Ferrari and even McLaren as well, but we're fully spec'd out on upgrades for the Spec 2 facilities or whatever. So by the time we get any of these facilities up to Spec 3 and then get the upgrades that are unlocked once we do that, it's going to be at least like 3 or 4 races. So the gap is going to be reduced probably by a lot. We might even get surpassed in the next few races by the other teams for the development, which is going to make the races more competitive, and we're going to have less of an advantage from a performance perspective. At the end of Q2, we put up our first flying lap. We're definitely slow. We're in P15 right now. Through the final turn, almost 6.5 tenths, close to 7 tenths by the time we get to the line, and we are just going to squeeze into Q3 with a P8. And Sebastian Vettel also in P6, so not looking too great. The Mercedes locking out the front row, but it's only Q2, so we still got Q3, and we put up our first lap on medium tires, so obviously we're way down in P10. Oscar Piastri up above us in P9. Surprisingly, the two Red Bulls are not having the greatest qualifying either. They're right now in P7 and P8. I believe they're in P2 in the Constructors Championship, and Verstappen himself is in P2 for the Drivers Championship. I don't know what it is. I usually thought that I was pretty good at the Hungaroring, but the AI usually surprises us on some of the tracks with their 1-lap pace, so hopefully we can get a good time here. We're currently 5 tenths up going in to Sector 2 on this track, and then by the time we reach the penultimate corner, we're almost a second up, so that is pretty good time. But whoever was on pole was already like 1.2 seconds in front of us, but we're gonna cross the line here 1 second over our previous flying lap, and it's only gonna be a P6, which I mean isn't bad. Hopefully we can try and overtake some of these drivers off the start, but my wet driving skills are pretty bad. I have lead feet, so throttle application is very difficult. Sebastian Vettel in P5, he gets just about a tenth on us, but let's get into this race, guys.
Clutch bite is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap, please.
Alright, we are here for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and in classic Hungarian fashion, we got a wet race this time around. It looks like it's going to be full wets the entire race, so going to be interesting. May have a few safety cars. Hopefully we can capitalize if there are any safety cars, and hopefully we're not involved in any crashes, because that would be very bad for our current standings in this championship. I'm in P4 in the Drivers' Championship. And we're also in P4 in the Constructors Championship. So we're making progress. We're looking to build off that momentum from last race with the race win in France. Sebastian Vettel is starting right in front of me, so we're gonna see if we can get the jump on him off the start and get past him, leave him in our rear view mirror. I would like him to do well though. As I've been saying every race, he's been doing okay for the season. Not great, but hopefully in this back half of the season he can really pick it up and we can both start performing well, getting in to this Constructors Championship fight. Hamilton is up in P4, and then I believe Charles Leclerc is on pole, and the other Ferrari is down in P5, not P5, what am I saying, P3? No, he's actually behind us, the other Ferrari. Both Red Bulls as well are starting behind us, so that is pretty good news in terms of the Constructors Championship. But we're going to get on the grid here and see if we can get this win, try and go for a podium here. It's going to be hard. Hungaroring and not the greatest overtaking track. Alright, here we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're going to see what we can do in this wet race. We got 5 red lights and this race is underway here. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, Hamilton almost shoving us into the wall. And we're gonna slide into P2 at the start of this race. Going into turn 1, we take 4 places. To start this race, we're in P2. George Russell in P3. Oh, we run wide. And we drop down to P3. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. I will take those 3 spots to start this race. It seems like we have another issue though in this season. Our ERS is stuck open right now, which is horrible because it's a wet race, so it's... Oh, never mind. Oh no, the battery's just out, but my ERS is stuck open right now. I'm not touching anything, and it's still on, so we gotta be very careful on the throttles. We run wide into turn 1. We need to put up some steady laps here if we're gonna get in front of Lando here and increase that gap on him, make some leeway on George Russell. It's Lando trying to come down the inside here. The strategy now, I think, is just to park the bus. It's gonna be very hard to overtake on this track, especially in the rain. So we just get some good laps in, play some defense. We're looking at a podium here, overtaking 3 spots at the start of this race. Alright, so we're heading on to lap 8, and what I'm thinking of doing, Sebastian Vettel is right behind me. I think I'm gonna let him pass here because there's no way in hell that I'm catching up to Russell or Leclerc. We're just driving to survive at the moment. Sebastian Vettel seems like he has pretty decent pace. Actually, as I'm speaking, Lando, it looks like... No, Norris has gotten him. No, Vettel takes it back. They're going a little wheel right now in this wet weather. You guys can probably see this up on the broadcast screen. Their little battle going on right now. Vettel takes the spot back once again. He's into P4. Oh, we got a safety car. So safety car is out. Granny Joe out of the session. Not sure what happened to him. It seemed to be down at the chicane, I think, where he got out, but he's out of the session. We got a full-blown safety car. This is going to give us another chance here. So screw what I said before. We're not going to let Sebastian pass us, because if I can get the jump on one or both of the drivers in front of us, I'm pretty confident I can just park the bus and claim the win. So we got to catch up to the safety car. ERS still stuck open. I have no idea what the issue is. Mark refuses to say anything. He's just being useless, as usual. What? No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. No. Vehicle condition.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Yeah, just he doesn't even know what's going on. Oh, Mark. We should be getting back to racing here. Let's see. Because these tires are so cold, we literally lost time under the safety car. Yeah, okay, so we're back to racing now. I think I'm just gonna let Sebastian through once he gets close. Trying to get a good opportunity where we're not really wasting time. Come on, Sebastian. Go through, man, go through. Okay, there, we let him through. No, go, go, go. Okay, so Sebastian is through. We just gave up a podium for the good of the team. Let's see what Sebastian can do. You better make it worth it. If you come in P3, I'm going to be upset, man. We're just going to park the bus on everyone else, so don't worry about what's behind you. I will keep everyone behind and make sure that you have a solid chance of getting to the front.
For a while, doesn't look like it's moving on anytime soon.
Oh God, Lando Norris. He's coming down the inside now.
Put you on the full wet tire.
We're going wheel to wheel through turn 1. Trying to see if we can keep the spot. Going wheel to wheel down into turn 2. He runs wide. Lando runs wide. And he gets overtaken by Piastri. A little late on the brakes. I think he had a little bit of a lockup. And he drops down into P6. Piastri takes the spot. He's in P5 now. So great showing for the rookie Ferrari driver. As we keep P4, we're going to park the bus. Just run some absolute defense. I'm really hoping that Sebastian can get this, man. This would be great if he can catch up. Lando lost out big time on that move. Vettel doesn't seem like he's getting closer to George Russell at the moment. And Leclerc has a comfortable lead in this race, probably a second-ish, maybe 2 seconds on George Russell. And no sign of any Red Bulls, at least in the top 6, so that's going to help out in the Constructors' Championship, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they are leading. It might be Ferrari, but they're definitely like in the top 2 or 3. So if Sebastian Vettel and I can finish where we currently stand, then this will definitely close the gap a little bit on the constructors ahead of us. Oh, some of the drivers are staying out, but we're going into the pit lane. They're probably going to get the overcut done on us here. We're going to need a good outlap. Otherwise, it's not going to look good for us when the results are in. Alright, 2.4, not bad. Pretty good. A bunch of drivers now heading into the pits. So let's see where we come out. I think Lando's in the pits right now. And we got the jump on him. Is he moving in the pit lane? Yeah, he's moving. No, come on. We might just get out in front of him. Yes, okay, we get out in front of Lando. Piastri manages to take P6 from us. And I don't think Perez is boxed yet. So we're a little slow on that outlap. Let's see. On these fresh tires, Piastri's kind of got to wear his in still. So let's see if we can get Piastri here. Alright, Lando. We're wheel to wheel once again. Going into turn 1. We just don't have the pace to keep up. The cars are overtake. Our best chance is to defend for our lives, as we are right now with Lando. Down once again into turn 2. We have contact. I was late on the brakes, had a little bit of a lockup, and I pushed Lando off a little bit. Oh, okay, that is my bad. I kind of feel bad, but we don't get a penalty, surprisingly. Verstappen overtakes Norris, which is not good news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are headed on to the last lap here, and it's going to be a little showdown between Max Verstappen and myself, as we are trying to stay in P6 here. Ooh, we gotta go wide on turn 1, but we keep Verstappen behind us. We're gonna grab a teammate status from Sebastian Vettel, or from Mark, I should say, regarding Sebastian Vettel. The second I'm going down some sort of straight here. But we've just been parking a bus these last 15 laps. Teammate status.
Gap to your teammate ahead is 20.9 seconds. They're on old wets. They're in third. time last lap was a 1:31.9.
So he's still in P3. I could still say that letting him go paid off because he would have lost a lot of time being behind me. As you can see, no one has overtaken us on track. All the overtakes were done through the pit lane. It's actually, you know what? Piastri did overtake us, so one car overtook us. No, actually, Piastri overtook us in the pit lane. I lied. So no one overtook us. We literally just parked the bus here in Hungary, sacrificing ourselves for the greater good of the team. And Sebastian Vettel is going to lock in what I believe is his first podium of the season, which is fantastic news. We started in Ps 5 and 6, and we're going to cross the line here. It's going to be a P6. Which kind of sucks because we overtook a bunch of spots to start off this race and then kind of just finished off where we started. Sergio Perez, driver of the day. I'm not sure what happened. I'm going to look right now on the replay because he started behind us and I don't know how he overtook us. I'm assuming that he pit early and he got the overcut done on everyone, staying out on the full wets for a little bit longer. But Charles Leclerc is going to take the top step at the podium, George Russell in P2, and Sebastian Vettel is going to get his first podium on the season, which is great news in the wet weather, showing what he can do in our car. And I watched the replay. Sergio Perez did end up pitting under the safety car, so that is how he was able to get out in front. He just managed those second pair of wets until the end of the race. This race is going to keep us in P4, but since we finished in front of Lando, we got a little bit more points than him, and we're now 1 point behind him to claim P3 in this Drivers' Championship. Charles Leclerc in P1 with 152 points. He's having a great season so far, but the team, Dan Ticktum, not exactly pulling his weight as they're in P2. They actually moved up into P2. McLaren drops down a spot into P3, and we are in P4. About 30 points behind McLaren. We're in front of Mercedes, which is honestly great news. Lewis Hamilton is not having the greatest of seasons. George Russell seems to be the one carrying that team right now, as he's only got 54 points, and then George Russell with 73. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. As always, if you watch up to this point, be sure to drop a like on the video and be sure to subscribe to the channel. We got Belgium up next, which I'm super excited for because it is one of my favorite tracks to race on. So hopefully we can have a good outing there and reduce the gap in this championship from the leaders. But be sure to hit the notification bell so you know when that video comes out. You can also check out the playlist and catch up on the rest of the series if you haven't already. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys for the Belgium Grand Prix. Have a great day, guys.